Every second, your body completes millions of chemical reactions to keep you breathing. Left to its own devices, nature works at a much slower pace. The reason for this sluggishness is that chemicals rarely react the exact moment they touch. They need a massive push, an initial burst of energy to get the process started. Think of this hurdle as activation energy. It acts like a steep mountain standing between where a chemical is and where it needs to go. To get a heavy boulder rolling down the other side, you first have to do the exhausting work of pushing it all the way to the peak. If your cells had to wait for enough natural heat or pressure to push every chemical boulder over its own mountain, those life-sustaining reactions would take years. Human life would grind to a halt. To survive, our bodies rely on a microscopic workaround, a biological catalyst we call an enzyme. Returning to our mountain chart, an enzyme doesn't give you more energy to push the boulder over the top. Instead, it carves a straight tunnel right through the base of the mountain, giving the chemical an effortless shortcut to the other side. By lowering the energy required, enzymes turn a chemical process that might naturally take centuries into one that finishes in a fraction of a millisecond. If you zoom in close enough, the interior of a human cell operates much like a highly automated, flawlessly efficient manufacturing plant. Every factory needs raw materials. On this biological assembly line, we call these raw chemical ingredients substrates. Each enzyme on this line is built to do exactly one job. It features a uniquely shaped groove, the active site, where only one specific substrate will fit perfectly, like a puzzle piece. Once the substrate lands in the pocket, the enzyme pulls it into an induced fit. It physically hugs and squeezes the material, forcing it to cleanly break apart or fuse together with another piece. By physically grabbing the materials and holding them in the perfect position, enzymes force reactions to happen quickly and safely, without needing boiling temperatures or intense pressures. The proteins and energy molecules your body needs are incredibly complex. A single machine rarely builds a finished product from start to finish. To handle multi-step jobs, cells link these machines together into multi-enzyme complexes, clusters of different workers physically bolted together on the factory floor. The moment the first enzyme finishes its specific cut or fold, it hands the product directly into the active site of the next enzyme in line, working like a microscopic bucket brigade. Keeping these workers locked together ensures that half-finished chemicals never float away and get lost. It keeps the cellular assembly line moving at absolute maximum speed. With trillions of these machines running at lightning speed, how does the cell stop them from building too much and causing a backlog? Every assembly line in your body, a sequence of reactions known as a metabolic pathway, has a rate-limiting step. One specific machine is intentionally designed to work slower than all the others, creating a controlled bottleneck. When the body has enough of a certain product, it doesn't waste energy shutting down the entire factory. It just sends a chemical signal that locks down that single bottleneck gate. This elegant system maintains your body's homeostasis, that steady internal state where everything stays in perfect balance to keep you alive. Because enzymes are so specialized and stay locked away in the specific organs they serve, they act as a high-tech tracking system for your health. Under normal, healthy conditions, these enzymes are designed to remain securely inside their specific tissue boundaries, like your heart, your liver, or your muscles. But if an organ is damaged, say heart tissue dying during a heart attack, those cellular walls rupture. The factory breaks open, and all of its internal enzymes spill out into the bloodstream. These displaced workers are no longer building chemicals. Instead, they act as a circulating SOS signal, broadcasting that a specific organ is failing. To read that signal, doctors look for isoenzymes. These are enzymes that do the exact same job, but have a slightly different physical shape depending on which organ built them. Using a routine blood test, medical labs can filter the blood and isolate these incredibly specific shapes. If the lab results show a high concentration of the heart-specific isoenzyme in the blood, the doctor instantly knows the heart has taken damage, even if the outward symptoms are confusing or unclear. Without enzymes, life would simply be too slow to exist. They are the diligent workers doing the heavy lifting, the matchmakers bringing chemicals together, and the internal alarms that help us keep the whole human machine running smoothly.